Nigga, we gotta start the podcast.
Oh my god, I'm trying to.
Bro, you do this every single time.
Don't be trying to put that on me. I hate that. Oh my god, let's start the podcast.
What did you slip up in my cup, girl?
It's just that when I drink, sometimes I get a little crazy.
Here to wet your whistle, Marcus.
Can I get a refill?
Oh, it's my night. I know it's gonna be good.
Turn it up, turn it up.
Hear me, no, come and feel me.
It's like cranes in the sky. Do 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 do. No, you don't got my follow up today.
I don't know what song that is.
Excuse moi. What? You did that? Wait, you know you fucking with me?
Cranes in the sky.
It's
is it
like-
Prince?
Disrespectful, not that far back. Cranes.
Didn't he make a song
in the
about cranes?
sky. Nope. Do 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 do.
Who was that?
It's Solange.
Oh, you know I don't listen to Solange.
You're wild as fuck.
The only song is that one song I listen to from Solange.
What are you talking about? What song?
I don't know the name.
You
of
even
it.
know the name of it, so you
Nah,
don't
hold
listen
on.
to Solange then?
No, I literally just said I don't listen to Solange. I just said except for that one
The
song.
Knowles family, I'm so sorry. I send my condolences for him being so ignorant about
Losing you.
It's like cranes in the sky. Do 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 do. Sometimes
Nah.
I don't want to feel those metal clouds. No, you don't feel like cranes in the sky. Sometimes the shit's just over you.
That's what that's supposed to mean.
It's supposed to be like, you know, the feeling of the world is just like on you. Sometimes it's just, you know,
I feel like clouds would be a better analogy or something.
clouds in the sky. That don't sound like the world. Like society, you know.
I can
just-
like cranes don't cover everything. All right. Anyway, let's talk about how you violated me.
Cranes and okay, go ahead because I'm gonna just keep saying it.
That's how you violated me. And how we went to the bathroom together, walked in at the same time. I'm sitting here waiting for you, and I get a text. You good in there? Where you at? Oh, I'm in the studio. How we walked over there together, and then you just go and leave me. Explain that.
I apologize, King.
No, I didn't ask for an apology. I should explain that. I didn't ask for an apology.
I apologize, King.
I didn't ask for that.
What do you want me to say?
Pay attention.
Whoa! All right, try again.
I already said it.
I
Clearly, you're not paying attention.
said I wasn't. Try again.
So now I will no longer listen to you.
You weren't before.
I just want to keep reiterating how I will not listen to you anymore because
It's
you
like
don't listen to me.
cranes in the sky.
All right.
I deadass didn't think. I thought you were over here. Like when I walked out, I was like, oh, usually men use the bathroom faster than women. So I was like, he must have already just walked back. So then I walked back.
Yo, that's two things you did today that I've done it
What
before.
was the other one?
Inviting people to some shit that we were supposed to be doing initially and not telling me.
Wait, no.
No, nothing.
Whoa, that was loud.
Answer this question. Did you come at me before? Yeah, answer this
Wait.
question in a yes or no. That's all. Hold on. I'm answering
I
the
need
question.
specifications because what did I invite people to that we were doing individually?
The movie. That was a plan for
No,
us.
we had always said that we were going with everybody. Stop it.
We
We
did
said
not.
that wine night. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Was
Yes,
I
we
there
did.
for that?
Yes,
Was I there for that?
Yes, you were.
No, I was not.
Yes, it was.
No,
This
I was
was
not.
back when it first came out. We all went to go see. Fuck. What did we all go see together?
Boy, your story fucked up. You
no,
lost,
I'm
you
dead
lost your
ass.
story. You
we
lost your
all
story.
went to go see a movie together. Oh no, it was me, you, Kim. Yep, and we saw the trailer for Us, and we was like, we're gonna go watch that. And then Morel came, and she said she wasn't gonna watch it, and we were gonna have to force her to watch it because she don't like scary movies. I remember that shit. Fuck that. It's like cranes in the sky.
It's episode whatever the fuck. It's
7. It's episode 7.
Episode 7.
When we get to 10, I'm having a party.
Hey, hopefully I'm invited.
Listen, your parties are separate with me.
Episode 7, the Black
Dance with my
Millennial
dog on the
Podcast.
nighttime.
Episode 7.
We're back. Like we never left.
Black Millennial Podcast. It's your boy Mikey Rocks.
Oh my god, it's Nia.Biaa like I never left.
And
I think I'm on one right now. It's lit.
It is funny because I was going to say I was coming with energy and you were just like, I'm chilling.
I say I'm chilling, but
You get
never
behind the mic
underestimate
and then-
me. Never underestimate me. Yo, you put me in a room with people or you put me somewhere I have to like get shit done, I'm gonna get the shit done. And as soon as it's over,
Reluctantly.
I'm going back to being quiet.
But yeah, glad to be back. Personally, I feel like I'm coming off of like a bad game.
We definitely were here last week, so I don't know why we keep saying proud to be back.
That's what people say every back.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Happy to be back. I literally be happy. Like, I really, like, look forward
It's
to
like a
it.
therapy session, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except you stress me out, so it's kind of, like, not really therapy.
Yeah, but then I got to de-stress it, too.
But,
I've been practicing.
No, really.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But yeah.
Baby, like,
Huh?
All right, I'm done. One day my mom is dead ass gonna tune in and I'm gonna be hurt.
I'm gonna just laugh.
I'm gonna be hurt.
But yeah, it's a like I said, I feel like I'm coming off a bad game. Like, I didn't really like the last podcast, so this one I feel like I gotta.
It's not that even like I think we were just calm. Sometimes you need calm. You know what it is? It's the calm before the storm. And it's like all right, so you ready? We ready? We ready?
Yeah, man.
We done bullshitting?
Yeah.
You jumping into our segment or what's up? Because I got shit for you today. I want to see how you get. I want to see how you get in and out of this one.
It's funny because I really had like meaningful topics. It's like some real shit, but it's good that you came with something different.
Dance for my dog from the nighttime.
So
That's
you
where I'm at right now.
So you.
I came for dumb shit. I came with dumb shit. Because last week I was chilling. We didn't have really like any culture topics. And this week I went and found a couple.
My shit really not even like culture. It's really like news.
All right, well then you can be like the news part of the culture, and I'm gonna be the mess.
You want me to get like the sad shit out the way
I'm
first?
the mess. I'm the. Oh, we gonna have like a moment of silence and shit.
Nah, it ain't that deep. Whoa,
I
yeah.
was about to say, okay, go ahead. You start first with the serious shit. Go
All right,
ahead.
I'm gonna get all my serious shit out the way.
All right, boom. All right, well, you do one, I do one. We gotta do the back and forth. You know what I'm saying?
forth?
Yeah, we can't just hit everybody with the sadness.
Bop,
'Cause
bop, 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 bop.
I'd have turned this shit off. Like if I'm listening, I'd be like, listen, I'm tired of crying today. So go ahead.
So in Nebraska, for those of you who don't live in the Midwest, that's in the middle of the country. That don't know where that is.
Let me pull up my map really fast.
So Nebraska, either a week ago or 2 weeks ago, they had like a winter storm in the western part of the state, and in the east part of the state, they had like a really bad, kind of like, I guess you could say, cyclone type thing. The winds is kind of at like hurricane level, and
Oh, like they out here wilding.
they're literally in a state of emergency. I'm not exaggerating. They're literally in a state of emergency. Like they got like a couple feet of snow, like people's houses were like snowed in and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
And then what happened on the east side, well, actually this is more the serious part. What you call it? A dam broke, so like the place is just like literally flooded all over the place, like flooded, and it's bad because obviously you have being snowed in and the flooding and stuff like that. But it's an agricultural state, so a lot of like farmland is getting flooded and destroyed and stuff like that. So that messes up people's livelihood. Eddie was like Eddie was looking it up and shit, and I was waiting for her to like show me a video of it, and she was like, yeah, and cows are getting washed away and they're dying.
Oh,
And I dead ass laughed because I thought she was joking, but she's like, she's dead ass.
you're an evil person.
Because I just thought of like cows being like tipped over and shit like that, and then I realized she was
They
dead ass.
can't get up though. Like
Yeah, and I
those are
realized
the
I was
type
like,
of
oh,
animals that are literally like always standing, or like they sit how they can sit. Because
yeah. So then this shit kind of made me sad because I was like, damn, bro, like it's really nothing they could do because it's like it's freezing water. So like, and I was like, damn, that's a slow death. Like that shit is just trash. You know what I mean?
right.
So praise out to everybody that's in Nebraska right now. If you know anybody that lives there, check on them. I don't think it's supposed to be getting any worse or anything like that, but it's like I said, it
ain't no good.
It ain't no good right now. And the part that was just messing me up was she was like, yeah, right now it's getting towards national emergencies, getting national news. So hopefully they'll send help over there. And at first in my head I was like, you mean to tell me a whole state is flooded for a week now?
The whole state. That's crazy.
The whole state is flooded. And like literally she was showing me like bridges are literally broken. It looked like someone took a bite of a bridge and like roads.
That's the wind? Like that's doing that?
Wind, water, just wild and like destroying shit. Because it was really that bad. Because this is like tornado country, cyclone area, stuff like that. So it gets that bad out here. But the part that messed me up, like I said, is like you got this wild shit happening to a state, and it's like it's been a week, and it's just not getting to like national emergency.
I mean, you have to understand who our like chief and in command is. Like, it's not like this man got in this position because he cared about the people. Like, he got into this position because he cared about his money and other people who give him money, and also So I mean, when you have somebody who is not very empathetic to the like actual people, I'm not like surprised that, I mean, we're only a couple of states over and I ain't heard nothing about this. So I mean, prayers are definitely up going over to the people in Nebraska, you said, right?
Yeah,
that's wild.
Yeah, at first I was having that feeling of like, damn, like how could that happen? But then I thought about it, I was like, well, shit, Flint ain't had clean water in about 5 years, so this is right on schedule. If anything, it's early.
Don't get me on that Flint stuff. Yeah, damn.
But yeah, like all jokes aside,
damn, yo.
The reason why I brought that one up, it was like it's just wild how there's things literally happening in the country that.
And I had no idea.
Yeah, like it's wild. Like, literally, California was on fire, and I had no idea. Like, I mean, I don't know if it's still on fire.
You was bugging. Everybody knew about that one. But I mean, I feel you though.
But you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, but it's just it's not that I didn't know because I heard about California wildfires, but the concept of a place just being on fire didn't make sense to me. Like, I didn't understand it was to that extent where it's just literally just a
like
fire.
Perpetually on
just
fire,
on
like
fire.
quite literally.
So it was just like, yo, that's just wild to me, bro. So, yeah, man, like it's
prayers up.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that shit really sucks when it's like your hometown. So I know those people are going through it, and I don't know if they're religious or if we have anybody from Nebraska that ever listens. But if they do, like we said, we're out here thinking about you. Save the cows, bro. They don't deserve that.
They don't deserve that.
They really don't deserve that.
Yeah, like Andy was telling me how like there'll be like little hills and they'll all just stand on them above the water. And I was like, this shit made me hella sad, bro. I was like, damn, they just standing there.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm brighten it up.
All right, so on a scale of 1 to mess, where do you want? Because they're all mess, but I just need to know where you're at.
Start me off like medium.
Medium?
Yeah, medium rare.
Medium rare bullshit.
I got that burger medium rare, not medium well. I'm wildin'.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. Context for everybody listening. I got a burger in LA that was medium rare. And
medium rare isn't bad though. It's nice and juicy. It tasted
good. It just felt wild. I felt wild the next day. Because
your body has never processed meat like that.
Yeah, so I think what I meant was medium well, not medium rare.
Probably, but then if you get it well, when you go back to eat it and warm it up, it cooks it. So it's like, it don't matter. All right, so on the scale of 1 to mess.
Let's go medium.
We're doing medium. None of these are actual mediums. So just the mess, right? Or just hilarious, right? So apparently a couple days ago, so about a week ago, I'm not really sure. The way time moves and the way I'm not like around it makes no sense. But she was on a plane. Her plane got, what's it called when they get everybody off? Damn it.
Evacuated?
Thank you. Her plane got evacuated.
That shit was falling out the sky like all the other planes.
No, that's not
people
funny.
Die. Yeah,
can we?
Right.
Yeah, can we not? Because there's been like actual plane crashes. You know how I don't fuck with planes. No, they were still on the ground and they got evacuated. Like they told everybody, please exit the plane. Da da da. She said that these 3 men.
Out the sky.
What are you talking about? They were on land.
Oh, I thought you meant like they were on the air and they landed into.
I literally just said on the ground.
No. Never mind.
Okay, they never left the ground.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's what I was asking.
They're now being evacuated. They are now being let back on the plane. There are 3 men, or I believe 3 people, who are not back on the plane. She describes these people as being Muslim from my perspective, right? So she's a comedian.
That's what she said?
Yes.
She said Muslim from my perspective? Or you're saying from your perspective?
Based off of the story that I read. Her jokes were based off of the men being Muslim.
Oh, she made jokes.
Yes, about the fact that they basically were probably trying to do something to the plane because she said they were the only 3 that didn't come back. Right. Obviously, there's some problematic, statements going on there, and like social media has been up in an uproar, and I've seen her apologize maybe 2-3 times since now. So I want to know how you're feeling about that. Are people allowed to make jokes? Because she's saying that she's not Islamophobic. She's like, I did not know they were Muslim. I don't know if they were what you would call the traditional like look of a Muslim person. I'm not sure. I have not seen a picture of these people, but I can definitely see how that's hella problematic. Where
I'm assuming she's talking about people wearing turbans and stuff like that.
I have no idea. See, they don't show
because
up.
my
There's no
thing
picture.
is there's no what I'm looking. It's just me personally.
I
know
wouldn't
so
picture
many-
Malcolm X being Muslim. Like if I just saw him
Yeah,
somewhere.
and it was just like I think one thing that people need to understand is like there are black Muslims, there are Middle Eastern Muslims,
There's a lot of different Muslims.
there's a lot of different types of Muslims. So like, that's my only issue with it. It's just because I know it must be frustrating for them.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, somebody sees somebody in a turban, they Muslim, and it's like, and then even within that, there's sex, like SECTS, and it's like, it's just I want to make sure that everybody gets their respect. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think that's the reason why everybody was having their outcry, because they're like, so you're one, stereotyping, two, you know what I mean? Like you're insinuating these men did something. It could have been pretty much anything. The reason why they didn't get back on the plane, maybe they were upset, maybe that, you know what I mean? Maybe they were doing something. We have absolutely no idea, but I think her jokes and insinuating based off of those men's identities is what really
when
has
you say
people
people
fucked
were
up.
like there was an outcry, they were people like trying to like
Like
say
they
like,
were
you're
pissed.
a bad person. Like
No, like saying she was dead ass like Islamophobic. Like
okay, so that's
like full blown.
So everybody's
like,
coming at her for all the jokes.
no. Oh, sorry. Damn, work just always on the phone.
Pardon us.
It's rude.
But yeah, so it sounds like everybody's killing her for something. The jokes that they probably made when they were younger when 9/11 happened. You know what I mean?
I think.
And
well, you could keep going. I'm sorry.
yeah, it's like you've heard me say this 1,000 times. It's like you got like it's like that Malcolm X quote. It's like don't forget when you were there and you didn't know. And also,
but like in this era of in this day and age of like no, because she does know better. No, stop, because she knows better. She's a grown ass woman. There are certain jokes you just don't make anymore. Like I'm not going to say it's right that we were making those jokes before, or like people would say jokes that were inappropriate. I'm never gonna say that, but we do have like an era of like consciousness now, because she was apologized. She's like, I'm not this, I'm not that, da 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 da. I'm trying to find like the post in particular so I can like read exactly what happened, but I mean, she's not.
She's right. She's not Islamophobic. She made jokes.
But
phobia, people need to understand is different from isolated instances.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have to see a pattern of behavior before I can even start to say, okay, you have a phobia. And then secondly, phobia means you are afraid of something, right? So then therefore, nothing that she said, like, I mean,
you don't know that because you didn't read it or you didn't hear what she said.
From what I heard, yeah. From what I actually, because I had looked it up a little bit.
You did?
I looked it up. I didn't get like direct quotes, but I kind of like got a gist of what she was saying. And I guess
so what
you could
did she say? Because I didn't.
It was just basically just like it was like what you just said, alluding to the fact that these people.
But you know how that's harmful, though.
It's harmful and it's prejudice and all those things.
And that's a problem.
But I need to know: is that what you feel, or are you making jokes?
But like, why even make a joke like that?
So then there should be no
harmful?
jokes in the world.
There are jokes that don't necessarily have to be like harmful to somebody's like. When it's a dangerous identity, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like
but
to
who
make
are we to determine what's dangerous?
Society, the fuck.
But that's subjective. Like who am I? Like every
No,
do you acknowledge that every joke is at the expense of someone or something?
I do, and
therefore, if
it's one thing for like that community to make that joke about themselves, right? No. Stop. No, because how are we, somebody who's not a part of that identity, going to tell somebody else what's offensive and what's not offensive and how they should take something that's dangerous to them? To make a joke about somebody who's Muslim or or whatever the case may be from, those countries that people associate automatically with being a Muslim, and people who are dying because of this, people who are being harassed because of this, you're making a joke. You're justifying how people feel about it. Like, we have to have some type of responsibility as a society, and that's why people get hurt. I would never allow somebody outside of my community to make a joke about a black man in a hoodie. I would never do that because it's harmful, and it breeds like a rhetoric that's not true. It breeds a rhetoric that says that it's okay to make jokes like that. So I personally don't think that it's right. Do I think she's Islamophobic? Probably not. But I hope she very much learned her lesson that she wouldn't be making those those comments anymore. We can't tell people what they can and can't be offended by if it's harmful to them.
So let me ask you this: are you okay with black people making fun of white people?
Huh?
Are you okay with black people making fun of white people?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
To a certain extent, as long as it's not harmful to them.
No, if it is harmful. I mean, you don't know if it's harmful to a whole group because it's impossible to know. You're gonna harm someone, even if it's 1 out of 4 or 5 billion.
Right, but there's a difference between me making a joke about white people not being able to dance and Muslim people probably blowing up a plane. Like those are like completely different types of jokes.
I hear you on that one, like the severity and everything like that. And then what I would say to that is then, that's a systemic thing. But do you know what experiences someone has had on the individual level? Like some people could have had really traumatic experiences for being made fun of for the identity that they hold.
And you're assuming that she has?
Who?
Just hilarious.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm saying like to everybody else is like funny, like, oh, a white person can't dance. But what if this person was really like made fun of all their life for that, or their hair being stringy, or pale skin, or whatever the case may be, and that shit really makes them sad.
And if they have a real ass outcry, because like you're talking about things that does not necessarily harm them, right? Makes fun of them, right? This can actually cause physical harm.
Oh, only kind of physical harm.
I said mental harm, psychological harm. Like,
but that's psychological.
I understand, but like you have to understand, like you said, it's systematic, and those systematics you cannot erase just for the fact of like your argument. You have to understand the systems that are in place, and because they're at the top, there's a lot less that's gonna physically harm them, mentally harm them. You know, like all the whatever abuse. So like we can't erase that because you want to make a point that matters. So if you're already something that people feel like are like a terrorist threat, you know what I mean? Like they look at them and they see terrorists, like a lot of people. So to make those jokes and reinforce that, and it's not, especially when it's not true, it's not like.
But my thing is this: like
we've
sat together and laughed at Dave Chappelle jokes or all of these problematic jokes. So it's like, when are you like? It's inconsistent. Like I always say.
And I'm saying like I'm hoping she learned her lesson so that she's able to make a joke. See, one thing I've learned about Dave Chappelle currently, because I'm not gonna say I never found him funny, but Dave Chappelle has a very like specific like type of funny, right? What I appreciate about Dave Chappelle now is that he's able to kind of work or joke around where it's still something where you're learning something, right? So the jokes are a little offhanded, but they're offhanded like in like every situation, but not in a harmful way. They're not harm. It's not harm.
How are you saying that? But you're not in the community. The community said that they're harmful.
Okay, well then maybe they are.
So then there should be no comedians. There should literally be no one making jokes.
Maybe fucking not. If it's harmful to people.
So then don't hold her accountable because you laugh at comedy.
I am going to hold people. No, that's not fair for people not to learn something. You have to learn. There are a lot of things I've done in my life.
You're not practicing what you're preaching.
Huh?
You're not practicing what you're
Says
preaching.
who?
If you are going to laugh at it in one instance,
hey,
you
listen,
can't tell
I hold
someone
everybody accountable for stupid shit that they may have said, whether it was funny or not. Whether I thought it was funny or not, I go, that's problematic as fuck. And I recognize that it's problematic as fuck. And then I keep going. What are you talking about? This bullshit.
That's bullshit because it's like you sitting. It's like you're basically giving yourself that, like you're giving yourself like a pass. It's like
I'm not giving myself a pass. I'm acknowledging that I have problematic views in
well, like I said, that's where we differ.
nature.
If I have an issue, I can't look at someone else. I can't talk about
Then
I can't
how
talk
do we
about the shit in
ever
your eye if
hold-
there's something in mine.
Then how do we ever hold people accountable? And that's bullshit because you do that to me all the time. You do that all the time.
Nah.
You be like, Nia, you doing A, B, C,
It ain't the
D,
same shit in
and
my
then-
eye.
I know you don't think it's the same
It's not
shit.
the same shit in
It
my
be the
eye. It's something
same-
else.
No.
It's something else.
It be the same exact thing.
It's
So I don't want to
something
hear your
else.
bullshit. Anyway, what's your next topic? Just hilarious. I hope that you learned your lesson.
Sis, keep making your jokes. That's what got you. That's what got you on. She got on by making jokes, making fun of people.
I bet.
So
And that's
you stay
not
on.
okay.
That's how you stay on.
No, that's not okay. You're putting people's lives at danger, and that's not okay. That's not funny. That
No.
isn't funny. I'm sorry. That's
Okay,
just not
but what
funny.
I'm saying is like we either get rid of the whole thing.
No, what I'm saying is I want her to learn. I don't want to get rid of anybody. I want her to learn. Like I want you to be able to be a comedian.
Learning is stopping.
No, it's not.
So what other jokes are there to make?
What?
Like we just agreed that jokes are at the expense of someone or something.
Yes, and those jokes don't necessarily have to be so severe. Like I said, making fun of white people not being able to dance is completely different than talking about somebody blowing up a plane. Those are two different types of funny. Those are two different types of hurtful. Like, you have to understand, like, yes, it's at the expense of white people, but white people aren't going to be gunned down because they can't dance. Mm-hmm. And that's where I'm saying I don't want her to get...
I'm not talking about only white people. I'm talking about when we make fun of Mexicans and when we make fun of queer people and when we make fun of all those people.
I'm extending that to everybody. I want everyone to learn. You know what it is? I'm trying to stop saying, like, all right, we got to get them the fuck up out of here. Unless you're a pedophile or you kill people, then that's, you got to go. That's a one-way pass to hell.
Because you still listen to all them rappers that kill people.
Who actually killed somebody? I don't care. Anyway, now you was about to get me in my bag. Anyway, moving forward. What I'm saying is, I really want her to learn. Like, I really want her to learn from this mistake. I hope that she realizes why this community is outraged by the type of joke that she made. And I hope she just is able to move forward. And I hope it makes her a better comedian. Like, no funny shit. I hope she's able to find the funny in things that aren't going to necessarily put their lives at danger.
You can't tell someone how to do what they want to do. You either consume it or you don't.
What are you talking about?
You either consume it or you don't.
Something is either right or it's wrong, and I just don't understand why we can't learn from stuff being wrong. What is your issue with that?
What I'm saying is you either consume it or you don't.
What are you talking? So we're supposed to let racists run around being racist because we don't like how the funny? So we should allow, like, racist people to continue to make racist jokes? No. Answer that question for me.
No.
So what the fuck, then, Michael? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, if it's...
She's not racist. She's not... But it's she's not homophobic. She's not Islamophobic.
But it's a prejudice-ass joke, and it's a harmful-ass joke. And that's, I think, the level of severity on the joke is the problem. Like, if it was a different type of joke, like, I don't even know what's funny about people who are Muslims. I don't know. I'm not in that community to say what they do and what could be considered funny. I'm sure some other people can figure that out. But the severity of it is the problem. I'm sure there are other things that they do that they would laugh at and they'd be like, funny. That's funny. Become a better comedian and find something that's not harmful to people. Okay?
It's always going to be harmful to someone. But listen, we'll move on. It's always going to be harmful.
You never learn. You never learn.
I agreed with you in some parts of it. I did agree with you in some parts. But I'm also saying that, hey, bro, that's just the name of the game. It's jokes are at the expense of people in certain things, and that's
nobody's arguing that. What I'm arguing is
and
that
you can't. But it's kind of like with the Drake and Pusha T thing. Remember when I was saying, it's like, once you step into that world of beef, you can't tell someone what's too far. Like, in the world of comedy, there is no too far.
Yes, there is.
I don't think so. It's like, if you're going, you can't, because you might not think it's funny, but someone else might think it's disrespectful.
That's cool, but you have to also understand that there's always a responsibility in anything and everything that we do. There's no way you could tell me that in your job, if somebody was going around talking about, like, I don't know, any type of minority in a very harmful way, that you would just be like, you know what, it's the name of the game. That's housing. That's just what it is. Like, some people are going to teach some people something. Are they comedians? That's not the point. My thing is, we all have to hold... No,
that is the point, because we're talking about comedians.
No, but my thing, we have to hold everybody responsible. Comedians, too. You don't get a pass because you make some people laugh. Racist comedians make some people laugh, and it's still wrong.
They're racist.
It's wrong. Like, cut it out. It's wrong. We have to hold you for being wrong and push you to be a better person. What's wrong with being a better? That's your fucking problem. You don't want to be a better person. You just want everybody to be trash like you. Listen, Jess Hilarious, don't listen to this nigga. He's gonna take you to hell with him on a one-way ticket. All right. Shut up. What's your other topic? This was not supposed to be that long. That was a medium one. If that was a medium one, we're gonna be here for a while.
All right. Do you remember Isaiah Thomas?
I do.
For the Celtics. He on the Nuggets now. He still been working on his hip. He recently started playing like several games ago, and they had to take him out the rotation because he just wasn't producing, right? And I was reading an article about him, and he was basically just saying, like, it's tough, but he knows that he can still play where he was before.
Yeah.
With the numbers
so he's just having, like, problems.
Yeah, and I wanted to talk about kind of like that place that professional athletes are in, where it's like you might either injure yourself or you have maybe like a bad stint somewhere, and it's hard to come back because people have this perception of you. Yeah. Right? So Isaiah Thomas, perception that he's hurt and he can't play. He can't do what he did before. Carmelo Anthony, perception that after a few bad seasons, he can't do certain things anymore. And it's like it's hard to come back from that.
Well, I mean, it's hard because they keep switching him around every 10 seconds. So
and
how is he even supposed to get acclimated to the group if you keep hopscotching him all over the place?
I can only speak for basketball. I can't speak for other sports. That's the only sport that I played. Basketball is a rhythm sport. You literally, like, every player, you take them off the court for a while, they come back, it takes them some time. And that's why they have to short a leash. And that's what makes it tough for Isaiah Thomas is because he has that, he's short, he probably can't play defense, things like that, So there's a shorter leash on him. But it's like, you don't have to, because clearly they're not doing it. But it's like, it's just tough, and it is really frustrating because you got a lot of motherfuckers in offices that don't know the game. They didn't play, they didn't feel it.
Yeah.
They kind of analyze it from numbers. And it's frustrating to watch because one of these people's livelihoods, and also this is their passion, this is the thing they love, and it's like that man can give anybody a good 15 points a game right now. You give the person a chance, you gotta let them play. But it's like the way the game works now.
My heart bleeds for that man. I love him.
Because they did him dirty.
He's so sweet. Especially, wasn't he the one whose sister died and he couldn't even like leave to... He had to like finish the game off, and then didn't they trade him after that?
Yeah,
like right after that.
Looking back, he probably. I mean, I don't know. I'll never tell some. I'm a firm believer. I would never change what I did, but looking back at that, man, it's like, damn, you're loyal, and that's why people. It goes back to that conversation.
Would you have left or would you have played?
I've never lost anyone in my life, so I can't speak on that.
I'd have been out.
I literally never lost.
I'd have been like, excuse me. Wait right there while I pack my bag because the bitch has got to go.
Yeah, like that was his literal sister. You know what I mean?
That's a lot. Now I feel I don't want to ever put that on you to say like, oh, if you lose someone, I want to ask that question again. But
yeah, I hear what you're saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and it's just tough. You know what I mean? And yeah, like I see that in so many other things in the world. Like, look at schools, right? Look at colleges and universities. The people at the top of them don't study colleges and universities.
Yeah.
They're usually former doctors, businessmen, businesswomen, things like that. Stuff like that. Business person, you know what I mean? Inclusivity. But, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, but, they weren't in it. They didn't learn.
I mean, because there's no feeling in it. They see, like I said last time, did we have that conversation here? I have no idea. We have a lot of conversations, but they see dollar signs. So it's like, can you give me the revenue that I'm looking for? I'm going to give you about 2.5 days to do that. And if the answer is no, we going to push you right along until we basically push you out. And it sucks because it's like, these are realized people, realized lives, houses, families, you know what I mean? Like, that they take care of, that live with them. Now they got to be pushed all around. And I'm sure, like, this man, if he can play with his sister gone, God knows what only motivation he could do to get back to where he has to be. So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I also bring it up is just for people to have a little bit more sensitivity when they talk about professional athletes and like
empathetic.
Yeah, because there's sometimes a mentality of like, but why don't you just why are they still trying? They're not playing well, like, or when someone has a bad game, we immediately kill them, and it's like, you understand, like, it's not 2K. It's not Madden. Motherfuckers don't literally just do the same thing every day. Like, you have mental health that you have to take into account. How do you perform at work when some shit happens at home and like, you know what I mean?
I don't. I take the day off.
Exactly. You don't perform.
I don't.
You know what I mean? So it's like there's there's millions of dollars on the line for these people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, have a little bit more empathy when you think about just telling someone. Or also when you think about telling someone who's a high school or college level player, like, yo, just stop playing. Like, it's not that. Nah, bro. Like, it's
especially when this is the sport that they've been doing all their life.
That's their talent.
That is their life.
Some people's talent is school. Some people's talent is an instrument. Some people's talent is throwing a fucking ball.
And they do it well.
And it's like, have some, you know what I mean, empathy when you talk about.
Put some respect on my name.
Essentially.
He wasn't with us shooting in the gym.
Eventually.
Bitch.
Oh, it's better when you put a bitch at the end.
See, I told you to catch on. I told you.
No, I really just wanted to gas you. I really don't think that.
Wow, I felt gassed all by my motherfucking self. Damn, yeah. I mean, Isaiah Thomas Love, you know, we fuck with you over here. So you
Facts.
you ever need a place to stay, my apartment, I mean, you know.
Got a good couch.
Yeah, like that shit, when you want to take a nap, is everything.
I don't like it, honestly. That shit is, I don't
Because
like
it sucks you in, isn't it?
Nah, it really doesn't feel comfortable.
You don't like the couch?
Nah.
Lie.
I'm not a couch person. I slept on couches when I was like literally like as my bed. So I don't like couches.
So you just don't like them.
Yeah, I don't like couches.
I mean, I feel you. I'm just saying, when I go to take a nap, that bitch is always
and you
there.
fit on the couch.
Yeah.
I don't fit on the couch. So.
Yeah, see? Short people goals. All right, we moving forward?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
So, I don't even know what topic I want next. I think this one is just going to be all stupid shit that happened, and the next one we can actually talk about something that matters. But listen, your man Kodak Black, right? Your Haitian brother, you know, from another mother.
My God.
Ooh. So there's been a lot going on recently, and I'm gonna try and explain the story to you, and probably cut me off, but it's cool. It's cool. I'm trying to get as far as I can before you start to tell me all about your nonsense that I'm not gonna agree with. So apparently, recently, Kodak Black has been talking about Young M.A.
I heard about this.
Oh, you heard about it?
I don't know, but I don't know the extent, but I just literally saw like something about that.
Okay, so basically, he's been talking about how he wants to fuck Young M.A. and Nicki Minaj. I guess they were in a picture together. Don't laugh, because it's problematic as fuck.
Is it problematic to say you want to have sex with someone
We're about to explain why this is problematic. Well, I will be, and you'll not agree, but it's cool. It's cool.
Right.
So he in the picture. I believe this is what happened. I can't remember, because when this all started, it was about a week
I really hope
ago.
you don't say what you about to say, because we about to have a whole argument.
You said what happened?
I really hope you don't say what I think you about to say, because we about to go off.
I have no idea what you're about to
Because
say.
the last 15 minutes of this shit is gonna be just screaming. Just screaming. Continue.
Anyway, so they're in a picture. He says he wants to fuck them. He also
posted
puts
a picture
in.
of them.
No. I think they posted a picture together or something of that. Somehow he commented about how he wanted to fuck both Nicki Minaj and Young M.A. Like I said, the original starting point of the story, I can't remember because it was a while ago. But
that shit like trail mix, because that's two completely opposites.
I have no idea. Listen, okay. So then, moving forward, he puts in his song something pimpin', whatever the fuck it is. I don't know, because I don't listen to him to that extent. But he puts in a song that he basically again wants to funk Young M.A. So Young M.A. goes, "Yo, y'all niggas is mad weird. Why do you keep saying that? I do not want to have sex with you. That's not my lifestyle, yada, yada, yada." So Kodak Black moves on to say, "But you have a vagina. Don't you want to be penetrated?"
Okay.
Come on, duppy side me. Give me a good duppy side.
Okay.
So people have lost their goddamn minds after he said, obviously, because it's extremely violent to assume something like, oh, no. It is violent. It's violence against women.
I said I wouldn't cut you off. So
that's basically where it ends off, right? He's basically saying, I don't understand. He says it in more vulgar terms, obviously. But he's definitely like, yo, so hole my dick. I don't understand why you wouldn't want to be penetrated.
I'm sure he don't.
What's up? But my problem is, right, a lot of people have gone to bat for Kodak Black and have said things like, he's not as dumb as he looks. Because God knows. God knows that hair gotta go. It does have to go. It looks crazy. But, he's not he's a smart young man. He's got his head on straight-ish enough. You know what I mean? Pulled himself out of the gutter, whatever that means, And
out the mud.
Listen, and he made himself self-made rapper, like most of them are, right?
Remember when self-made was a thing? You want to be
a real thing, too, to be self-made?
I remember everybody would say, I'm self-made, I'm self-made, I'm self-made.
Yeah.
Everybody was saying it. Continue. So.
Well, I mean, now Kylie Jenner is self-made, apparently, with all of their parents' money. But
another argument, but continue.
Hey, I'm just saying,
there's
a lot of self-madeness going on. But anyway, so a lot of people have been really upset because they're saying, this is, legit dead-ass violence towards women. Simply because you're insinuating, because she is a female biologically, that she would want to be penetrated and that she, should be penetrated because you're a man with a dick. So, thoughts?
Okay. So for these last 10 minutes,
Hit me.
I want to start off by saying this.
I feel it in my soul like I'm about to disagree. I don't know what it is.
Nah, this what I'm about to say right now. You're gonna say facts.
Okay.
In our podcast dynamic, I'm not the shock value guy. I'm not the person that's here to just say wild shit and stuff like that.
No, you're not.
Everything I say,
You
I
mean you're dead ass.
sincerely mean. Like,
No, I know.
Dead ass. And the way I speak is because that's dead ass how I speak. Like, that's...
It's funny because who were we talking to that was like, oh, y'all from New York? Y'all really say dead ass? And I was like, yeah, dead ass. Like,
dead ass. Like,
that's a real ass thing, my guy. But
anyway. But yeah, like... Yeah, I just want to say that first because I don't know where this conversation going to go. And I saw where the conversation has gone the beginning of this podcast, and I kind of reflected on. I really mean what I say, and like, and another thing is like, I ride for the shit that like, as much as I will disagree with some shit, saying like, nah, people being too sensitive, you will also see me ride for those people and say, nah, nobody's gonna disrespect them or disrespect them, discriminate against them, stuff like that. So I just want to make sure I say that.
Okay.
With that being said, I have a few questions. Number one, when you say violence against women,
It's violent.
I didn't ask the question yet. What are you talking for?
Go ahead.
Are you saying the words coming out of his mouth is violence, or are you saying that it encourages violence in the form of sexual assault?
Yes, the second one.
Okay. I was okay, good.
But he believes that, so that's why I'm saying that is violence. Like, that is being
it's just
violent towards women. Yes.
It's just the wording. Because I really don't like when people say words are violence, because violence is physical. You can psychologically harm someone, you can mentally, you can emotionally harm someone, but violence is physical. And the reason why I'm very adamant about that is because people start to say, oh, that man is violent, because of something they said. And that, when you start to combine that with calling a black man violent for what they say, and it was for what they said and not what they physically done to anyone, then it can kind of...
I can see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? So it's just something I try to... As a male, it's something that I try to make sure that I...
Right, so I'm not saying that what he said was perpetuating violence towards women. Yes, so that's what I mean by...
what he said was violence. Okay, cool. So are you saying the words coming out of his mouth being violent?
My thing is, like, I get where you're coming from when you say things are, like, to be very careful about what you mean by something is violent. I also understand why people are saying that it to say something like that is violent. You know what I mean? Because of the ideas that it perpetuates, right?
Yeah.
I don't necessarily... It's like... I'm always, like, on the line, I guess. I think it depends on what it is that's violent. I don't agree with. Because some people would be like... I just don't agree with something. And they'll be like, well, that's violent. And I'm like, no, that's not violent.
And see, that's why I don't get into levels of severity, because those are subjective. So that's why I try to make sure that we stay in concrete things.
Which is why I said I'm on the line about that term. But yes, what he said was perpetuating violence towards women. Because it insinuates that as a man and as a woman would want or needs to be penetrated simply because they physically have a vagina. Yeah. No for me.
One thing I need I hope everyone in the world can understand is that simply because you want to do something, it does not mean that everyone else is like consenting to it. You know what I mean? So here's why I say that. In this case, boom, Kodak. I need you to understand that just because your shit fits in there, it does not mean that she wants it.
Yeah.
Because, see, you might deem a penis in the vagina as a mix. Well, a gay man could say, hey, well, my penis fits in your asshole, so...
Which is what a lot of people said. So there were a lot of, like, men who were saying, which was surprising to me because they were straight men. And then sometimes And I'm proud. That's why I said I was surprised. I'm proud. But a lot of them were saying like we're trying to educate other men to say you shouldn't be saying things like that, even if she is a woman and still identifies as a woman and not as a man. You know, because it does perpetuate violence. And a lot of people were like, nah. And he was like, you know what? Okay, so all the gay men, go ahead and shoot your shot at these men, since it doesn't. He was like, because if the rhetoric is, you know, she has a vagina, then you have an asshole, and they've got all rights to go ahead and stick their dick in your asshole. And everybody was losing their mind. Oh no, because that's gay. Well,
yeah, and that's what I said. It's a
you're so close to the point. You're so close to the point.
Yeah, it's like I said. It's something that I really want everyone to understand.
Yeah,
and here's why I also want to highlight. And
Jesus.
I'm not trying to take away from what's happening right here. I'm just using another example
Go ahead.
I've seen so frequently, and it makes me think of this. I don't like it when I see, like, I'll take gay men, because I'm a man, so that's the only thing I can speak from. I don't like when I hear gay men talk about, oh, that heterosexual man is attractive. It's uncomfortable. Like, talk about, like, oh, I would do this. Like, I've seen that where people will be talking about that person, like, oh, I would do this to him, I would do that to him. And the person is not consenting to that. That is harassment in the way of me talking about some woman walking by saying, yo, she got a fat ass, I would do a.
So you're saying, like, they say those things to that person out loud?
Yeah.
Oh,
not talking about between them and their friends. I'm talking about they say it in that person's earshot, or they say it to the person.
Like, oh, he got a fat ass. Or
yeah,
something.
or he'll say it to you, like on some, like, it probably wouldn't be that, because people don't really do that anymore. It's kind of not the way people hit on people anymore. But in some way, shape, or form,
sexual harassment is what you're dead ass saying.
I need everybody to, and it's because it's the marginalized identity doing it. Sometimes it's kind of like, oh, they get a pass. It's funny. It's shock value. And it's like, no, people need to understand that you cannot talk about people in their private parts.
Yeah, I mean, I saw something the other day when somebody said, you know, when you go to a concert, you know, and if you're a person that yells and you're like, I can't wait to just suck your dick to somebody who's on stage, you understand that that's
sexual harassment.
That's sexual harassment.
Yes.
You're like harassing that person sexually.
Trey Songz, have
boy,
my kids,
girl, like that. Yeah, like I can't wait to do that sexual
person
harassment.
got a significant other. And let's be
it's
respectful
not even
of
that. Did they say yes? Like, did you ask, like, hey, can we talk? Like, can I talk like that to you? Does that make you feel comfortable?
We normalize a lot of that kind of stuff.
We do, especially like as a celebrity, and you know what I mean. I don't know if he's saying it for shock value. I don't know if he dead ass means it. Like, but in my mind, it's all
impact.
I mean, but it's weird because I know a lot of men who want to quote unquote, or like they don't believe women who are lesbians or transgender males. I believe I said that correctly, right? They would be transgender males.
You saying that they became a man, a woman that became a man,
yes.
transitioned to become a man?
Yes,
okay, cool,
yeah. So that was So they don't believe transgender males, and they don't believe like women who, I guess the term would be like a stud. You know what I mean? So they don't believe them because they're still women. So they're like, how could you not want me? And in my mind, it always is like that kind of, the way I take it is like you want to break that person down. Like your penis is gold so much, or like that you are able to change this person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you're a man and she's a woman, like, and so you could do that to that person. You know what I mean? In order to quote unquote change their mind. And it's like really nasty to me. So I don't know if he's doing it for shock value, which is wrong, and I don't know if he's dead ass, which is even more wrong. So like either way, I was like, ooh, this is nasty.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's
a nasty nigga for that one.
Yeah, like
something's wrong with that boy. I don't know what it is, but something's wrong with him.
Yeah, ignorance, just lack of knowledge and lack.
No, it's not even ignorance. He's just saying shit that's like.
And no, he's not. That's the thing, though. Because of the way he looks, people just say, "Oh, there's something wrong." Like, no, he's intelligent as hell.
No. He's on drugs or soming. That's my thing. Like, something's going on with this man.
Bro. I know people that are sober as hell, and they are
saying wild shit like that.
Bro, look at me.
Oh,
this shit.
No.
But I'm not like disrespectful, but literally the way I think
you argue the other side of things, and I think that you're able to step into the other side of perspective, which is what you argue, but you don't run around saying shit like you've got a vagina, I should be able to penetrate you simply because you have.
So you're saying because it's problematic, you think there's something wrong with it? what I was saying is that look at the way that I just think differently in general. I just function differently.
There's a lot of people who think different, especially like to be.
He just thinks different.
And nah, it's wrong.
So because it's wrong, it's a different category.
Well, my thing is I've heard him say other things before that don't make any sense. Like a couple weeks ago, he was talking about how he was looking for Lil Wayne in some club and then turned around and was like, yeah, that's why you should have died in the crib or some wild shit like that. And then turned around and was like, nah, that's my dude. And then he was like, yeah, you should have died in the crib. And then called his like daughter like some ball. She was like, oh, you bald headed, this, that, and the third, da, da, da. That's not somebody I see with like intelligence. So that's why I'm confused because they're
grown up around that.
Huh?
I'm growing up around it. There's people I just look at and yo, this just different.
That's not different. That's not okay.
I didn't say it was okay. I just said you just think differently.
Okay, well, it's wrong.
Like I said, yeah. It's
I hope Young May slaps the shit out of him with all her female power. Slaps the shit out of him.
Yeah, man. It's like I said. It's just I really hope everyone, kind of give people their space. And it's like I said before.
Especially because she wasn't even bothering this man. I don't understand why you running around.
Let people live their own life. But it reminds me of the thing we was talking about with Remember how I was talking about how white people just feel like it's like their obligation to like point out like certain jokes, and it's like, bro, the world would still spin.
We could have gone without
you pointing that out, and it's just kind of like, I mean, I'm not gonna say like a male privilege, but because it's not only men who do this, but it's just in general, people
just nastiness. That's all it is to me. Just nastiness.
People need to just, bro. Everything does not need to be said. When I internalized that in my life got way better for me, bro.
I bet.
Everything don't need to be said.
Well, we have definitely ran out of time arguing back and forth about this stuff. Yeah. You feeling good?
Nah, let me just make this one little thing I want to shout out.
Wait, shout out who? Not a blackout.
It's not a blackout. Relax.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
It's just one thing I want to point out. It is March 19th.
Yeah.
And
Teenth.
What?
I love black people.
It's March 19th. So I would say this is 53 years ago today. Texas Western started 5 black players and won a national championship.
Wow,
It's the first time ever.
look at that. That's cool.
Yeah, so against a team of all 5 white players in the face of obvious racism and things like that in that time period. So in the light of March Madness and everything we're experiencing and stuff like that, and everybody that's watching it, remember that it was not always like this. Remember that. Don't take for granted the amount of black people we see on the court.
Yeah,
the black people we see on the sidelines. Black people on the sidelines coaching. Black people, you know what I mean, just on newscasters and stuff like that, commentators, it wasn't always like that. And there's a long way to go because a lot of black athletes are being, taken advantage of. They're not being adequately compensated. The scholarship is not enough for what they do and what this collegiate sport was. It's not. It's not a blackout. It's just today's March 19th, and for me, being someone that played basketball,
it's dope.
It means a lot. It means a lot. So yeah, I seen it today and I was like, wow, that's wild.
That's dope.
So yeah,
so dope.
Yeah.
All right, what's your win?
My win. You don't even really think about that. I was so focused on the topics and I was really excited about them.
That's dope.
Off the top of my head, my win for this week, for this past week or so, was Damn. Do you have yours?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, tell yours so I can think about it.
So my win this week actually was like faith in society slightly restored in our younger generation. So do you know, you heard about New Zealand's the church massacre basically that just happened. So there was a church like shooting. There were Muslim men and women inside of the church, and so I think like 43 something. It was like a very ridiculous amount of number of people who were killed and harmed. The youngest person was like 4 years old that ended up passing away. And just phobias in general really make me sad because people are losing lives that just didn't need to be lost, right?
Yeah.
So my faith in society was just slightly, it dwindled a little bit because you get sad. And the last church shooting that I can boldly remember was the one with what was that white boy's name? It was a black church that he walked into.
I don't remember his name. Dylan
Roof. Yeah, and when he walked into that church. So it kind of gave me that same feeling because I believe that the shooter was a white man that walked in there. And so it made me very sad. But my faith was restored and that was a win. And I'm going to take it because these young students paid tribute to their peers who died. I believe there was a few young people that were in the church that died, and they did like a ceremonial. I never know how to pronounce this. Is it Maori dance? I don't know if you've ever seen those where they like. I know a lot of soccer players still somewhat take what's it called, practice in it, where they're like. I wish I could just show it to you, but they're doing like it looks like a very aggressive thing, but
the
it's
haka?
Yes.
I don't want the haka. Not
yes.
I don't know Maori.
But it is like it's
not soccer. That's rugby. They do that.
I'm sorry. Something somewhere.
Yeah.
Somebody does it still.
Well, rugby is an Australian thing. So.
But I'm sorry, but shit, my bad. It's wrong sport. But yeah, so it is haka, but it's also traditionally called.
Maori.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong,
okay.
but and so I'm sorry for everybody who takes a part of that, that culture. But they did the dance outside of where this shooting took place, and because it is supposed to honor the dead as well as be something that there's like different types where you can do it to scare off whoever the opposing team is and or to honor the dead, which I thought it was beautiful seeing all those young men and women and other people, let me be inclusive, out there performing that for one another. Sometimes I just think about how shitty this world is.
At times, yeah.
Yeah, and it's scary because I was thinking like, damn, if I can't go to church, it's like, where can I go? So it really confines you to your room. And then I think about how I live on campus and there are active shooters on campuses. And then I think about, so it's just all the time. But the younger generation really seems to somewhat get it, you know what I mean? And it's nice to show that there's solidarity out there and to honor those people and that lost their lives, untimely. And so that was my win. So it wasn't like a personal thing that I did, but it was something that society did that, gave me it made me a little bit more warm inside watching that video, seeing their passion, knowing that they really just give a fuck. And, nobody wished that on those people except for that man, apparently. So God bless those people.
Facts.
So that was my win. Yeah.
Yeah. My win, obviously not as big as that. It's on a smaller scale. But my win is just more about when I have a habit, like whenever I go through a tough time, I kind of try to comfort myself in like I guess like superficial things. So like whether it would be just trying to get like validation from people or like eating my way through it or what I mean?
Oh, that's the best.
It is, but it doesn't really get towards what's really the you need the contact with another human being, or in my case, getting closer to God, and that's something that I had to do. Like when I was in a tough time, I started another devotional and just did that, and I'm proud of myself for doing that because, like I said, like that wasn't me before. That was probably one of the last things I would do. Yeah. So I proud of myself for that.
Look at you, progress. I'm so proud of you.
Bro. One day at a time.
You're so cute. I like when you're out here just progressing.
Blackout. Blackout. Blackout.
Oh, damn, I already fucked with it though. I was like, all right. So my blackout goes to. No, I went first. You go first. The fuck?
No, alternated.
And I just went first. I just did my win first.
I just went, so now you go.
Anyways, so this there was a homeless 8-year-old boy, and he won the New York Chess Championship and raised over $100,000 in donation to help his family. I believe his name is Tani. It was spelled Tani. So, and I read that and I was like, well, shit, if I was helping my family out at 8, probably be a better family. But my blackout goes to him because I was like, well, goddamn, one, excellence for learning how to play chess. Because let me tell you how I'm sure I've been taught twice. And I would literally rather gouge my eyes out sometimes than like sit there and play that game. And maybe it was just because the people who were teaching me was
'Cause you're
boring.
impatient.
That too, and it's like a game of strategy, and you got to sit there and you got to think.
Yeah,
like
ain't you thinking? Ain't
listen,
you?
I play spades. I'll fuck you up in some spades. You get some Uno out here, we live, Monopoly, whatever. But some of those games take hours on it, and let me tell you, I ain't got it. So, but no, and it takes like a lot of willpower and a lot of brain power, and for you to be able to do something like that at 8 years old, amazing. So I just wanted to point that part out. And then not only did he like take, you know, the championship, he took that and used it in order to help, you know, his family get out of, you know, homelessness. And I'm scared to see what this boy can do 10 years from now. If this is what he's doing at 8, we better watch out for when he's 18. But nah, Tani, like, God bless, and I'm proud of you, and blackout to you, because damn, man, like, if you want to share some of that that money, I'm homeless too. Like, just saying. We should put it.
Your job literally gives you a place to stay as a compensation. So you're gonna stop bullshitting now or later?
Because that one's more fun.
Copy.
Cool.
My blackout goes to
My mama. No, I'm joking.
Actually, my blackout goes to Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown. Here's why. Yeah. Fuck the NFL.
You right.
Fuck the NFL.
You right.
And fuck all the professional sports.
You right.
I'm happy about the fact that they held out until they got what they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Because fuck the NFL.
I mean, because they racist, but
yeah, fuck the NFL. And
cool.
let me stop saying fuck the NFL and actually explain.
I'll say it.
But like, yeah, it's just football players especially put their bodies on the line and are literally life on the line. Severely underpaid. And they got a lot of flack for, you know, holding out and not planning to go into a training camp and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And I think that
it must have been lit chilling at home. No. I mean, like, being able to actually, like, relax, like, you're not. I mean, for a purpose too.
Sport.
I mean, for a purpose. Well, I'm sure they're playing it, like, still. I'm sure
you play football. At that level, who are you gonna play with? Everybody's in season.
Listen, you get your little son, right?
Shut up, man. But yeah, like like I said, I'm just really happy about the fact that they held out and they held strong to what they believed in.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to stop judging athletes for like making business decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else in another business context would just take money and be underpaid.
Yeah.
But when athletes do it, all of a sudden it's like, well, no, you need to play. Why? Because the fans need to be entertained? Fuck the fans. I mean, like,
right.
So I'm just, I'm happy that they did that.
God bless.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping one day, like, no funny shit, all the people in hip hop, all the people in NFL, all the people in the NBA realize who the fuck they are. Yeah. And then they all just literally go on to whatever field they are and just sit there until people agree to give them what they deserve. Like, like legit unionize to a certain extent because they need you. You know, especially with all these rules in place, they ain't getting everybody, they can't, not everybody, you know what I mean? So if you really pull together, whatever Joe Budden keeps, screaming at the top of his lungs that nobody obviously is listening to, y'all really got to band together because together you're way more powerful, way more powerful. But all right, y'all. That's it. That's all we got. That's all I got.
I hope y'all feel like you get better. That's it.
That's it. We love y'all. Oh wait, subscribe and shit. Like.
Oh, facts. Oh, we gonna be that podcast.
No, you have to. Like, they really should subscribe because what happens is like, it's a really nice notification, especially if you're like on Apple. It pops up on your phone and it says like you have a new episode. So instead of like forgetting about it and stuff, and then
my nigga, we gave y'all 1,000 laughs. Your friends is not as funny as us. So if you don't subscribe, bro.
All right. Okay. Love y'all. Bye.